All right, we back. One. Yo, thank you for tuning in to When the Music Stops. I'm your host, DJ Rated R, with my man Ken Phise.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what's going on, my man? What's good?
Yeah, same old, you know what I'm saying? Living, breathing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if the air is fresh, but it's there.
I know it's there.
You know what I'm
Hey, it's there and we breathing, man. Straight up.
How about you?
Yo, man, living life, bro. There's a lot been going on, you know what I'm saying? A lot been going on, but lately, man, I've been having tunnel vision, you know what I'm saying? I went to the Bruno Mars concert.
Man, how was the concert? I wanted to go, but where I would normally like to sit was a little bit out of the price range.
Okay.
I said, all right. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do it. And then last minute, some seats became available.
Right.
And these was like on the roof of the location. I was like, I should go, but I was like, what if I can't see them still? So I didn't go. Let me know how was it, man?
All right, man.
Was it a concert? Was it a performance? What you got?
Well, first of all, man, I think Bruno Mars is one of today's greatest singers in today's time. Man, he has a great voice. He got a lot of tight songs. This new CD that he came out with, 24 Magic, was magic. Yo, I listened to that CD for about 4 or 5 months. No lie, it came out I think in November, December last year. I listened to Bruno Mars, man, CD for a long time, man. On some R&B, on the R&B tip, it was real impressive. You know,
you sound like CD quality?
Man, yeah, CD, yeah, man, yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, dog. I'm talking about real life, yeah, man.
Real life, you sound like CD. Then I don't even really care what else you do. You know
yeah, man. And what was dope about the tour? Okay, I'm gonna just get to the show because I'm trying to give you a backdrop on just how I felt about the whole.
Give us a backdrop. Go ahead.
Yeah, about him because I was a fan. I was a fan of this CD. I was a fan of his previous music, but with this CD, bro, it's like he tapped into some type of I don't know, into some type of music that was made back in the day. I mean, he tapped into James Brown. He tapped into Morris Day and the Times. He tapped into some Prince, into some 90s stuff. And it was like his CD was real nostalgic. It was dope. It was real nostalgic. I'm like, man, Bruno Mars may have a hit right here. So with that, he came out with the 24 Magic Tour. Now, I will say that I don't think Bruno Mars should tour alone. He got hits.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stop there and ask you this question: when you saw Lil Wayne on tour, how long was Lil Wayne set by himself? I'm not talking about the whole show. How long was Lil Wayne on stage?
Like most recently. Most recently, I went to a summer jam type thing. Okay. I felt like his set was too short.
Yeah. So it was just a Wheezy concert.
In his regular Wheezy concert, I feel like he'd be going on for about. It could be in my mind because he'd be hitting you with them cuts, but I feel like he could be going on for at least an hour 30. I could be stretching it.
Okay, so
I feel like at least hour and a half, maybe hour 40 minutes be Wayne. And some other, and then the other people before him. I could be stretching it. I could be because he hitting you with the cuts.
So you just mesmerized by it.
Mesmerized with the cuts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You get to hit a full song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying. So it's an experience. Now whether it's truly 45 minutes to an hour or it's an hour and 30 minutes, you may get lost in your enjoyment. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's at minimum at least an hour 10 because. He hitting you with all the cuts. And if he, dip off and do a little stage change or whatever the case is, and, you got to add that time in there. So so what happened with Bruno?
Man, no, okay. I was just asking.
Okay.
Because, I mean, all right, Bruno, he had an opening act. A lady, I can't think of what her name was, but she was cool. She was cool. Bruno had an opening act, and then shout out to everybody tuning in on Facebook Live.
Yeah,
I see you. What up, my man John Jeremy? Shout out HMD. Hometown. Yeah, man. So Bruno Mars had an opening act. He had an open act, but then he came out around like 9:30. He came out around 9:30.
Okay.
Did his thing. It was about 9:30. Did his thing. I mean, he did his thing. What was dope about his show was he got his backup dancers / band, and they all interact within the songs with him. So again, he sounded like CD quality. You know what I'm saying? He was dancing, putting on the show for the ladies. Man, he did his thing. But man, his show was over it was like an hour and some change.
It felt
maybe?
swift.
Yeah, and I was like, man, so he did his whole 24 Karat Magic album, except for maybe 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah, that's
you know
the only
what I'm
album
saying?
of his I've heard.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I knew about him prior to,
people,
but
yeah.
that 24 Karat, that joint was like, it's rocking.
And that's what I'm saying. Before this CD jumped off, man, I think before this CD came out, I think Bruno Mars had, he had a few cuts on his last CDs, but this one was one that really resonated with the people.
Right.
But still, I don't think it warranted a full by himself tour. Because again, man, he hit you with his album, which was only like 10. It was only like 10 songs on his CD.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a bunch of songs. He hit you with his album, and then some cuts from like maybe 1 or 2 from each previous album, and then it was like, all right, y'all, before I say goodnight, and I'm looking like, man, before I say goodnight, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa. I don't want to seem, selfish. Like I need more time, bro.
You need more cuts, or you need some more filler.
Yeah, you need some more filler or something, and then especially for the price of that it was hidden. Like I heard a lady came in there and was like, man, I paid $1,400 for these seats. You know what I'm saying, for 6 seats. And she was up in the rafters, you know what I'm saying? She was up top. It wasn't even no floor seats. So
yeah, man, they always really hidden.
They
you know
was
what I'm
hidden.
saying?
So,
but not but I guess that's the difference. I mean, I feel like Wayne do at a minimum at least an hour and change at minimum, probably more. Like I could be under because I feel like hour worth. He could be doing like 2 hours worth. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you just be in it. I mean, because I'm a big Wayne fan. So
right.
you in it. So you just rocking. Boom, boom, boom. Song after song after song.
Exactly.
Before you know it, it's 11:30, 12 o'clock. But
see Wayne taking you back though. He got like countless. Yeah. Bruno just had you in this one time space. It wasn't like I'm taking you back through the 2000s. I can take you back to Hot Boys and
had you right in the pocket.
Yeah,
like
he had you right in the pocket. So
2016.
Yeah. So you thinking once you get out of these songs, all right, I'm about to hit some other. And he hit you with a few others, but it was like, all right, y'all, I'm out. Peace. And I'm like, whoa, that's it. But overall, man, it was dope. It was a dope show. His setup, stage presence, everything was cool. Kudos to Bruno Mars and what he doing. And y'all go check out the show if y'all can. I'm just giving my review on the Bruno Mars tour.
Yeah, man.
And it was tight.
You gotta pay for that band. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. They were doing a lot of dancing. They was doing a lot. So I was like, man, maybe he need to cut down on the dancing and the gyrating and just sing. You know what I'm saying? Just give us more of your vocals, bro.
I only got this many songs. I'm gonna stretch them, and then I gotta get on up out of here. You just need to get some more people in front of him.
Yeah,
I think that was another thing. I was like, okay, you got Bruno Mars, but I didn't know if there was gonna be anybody else on the ticket. Nope. And I'm like, man, these looks more expensive than I pay for people I've been listening to for quite longer than Bruno Mars.
Nope.
I really wanted to go, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, man. It was, overall it was cool. But other than the Bruno Mars thing, man, going to see that. And shout out to my wife for getting the tickets on that. Yeah, shout out to you. I appreciate that. That was a cool birthday gift because she got that like way back in
I remember you
February,
about that.
January, February. So that was right on time. But other than that, man, just trying to make the business grow. You know what I'm saying? Trendsetting Tees is still out here trying to make moves, man. Trying to set up contracts. Check out our shirts, Rated R Radio shirts. If y'all want one, hit us up, man. We can make that happen. Yeah. But just out here, just trying to make everything happen, man. From T-shirts, man, to the music, to the podcast, to the radio station. Make sure y'all check it out. Radio station, www.ratedrradio.net.
Yeah.
24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. You got mixes from me getting in. I'm gonna have some other DJs pretty soon. I'm gonna get their mixes and have them rocking on my station as well. But man, I'm just all about doing it myself, yo. Straight up, that's all I'm about. Just doing it myself, not trying to wish and sit back and dream and beg.
Yeah, waiting on opportunity. To create an opportunity.
I'm creating it. So make sure y'all check us out, man. RatedRradio.net. We are streaming live through there right now if y'all want to listen, or we on Facebook Live if y'all want to check us out. So spread the word. But if y'all tuning in, thank you, welcome. We wanted to talk about a couple of things tonight. I know everybody been talking about the incident that's been in Charlottesville, Virginia. Everybody been saying North Carolina, but it's Charlottesville, Virginia. First of all, I'd like to say rest in peace. Moment of silence for a young lady, 32 years old, Heather Heyer, who lost her life due to white supremacy. Lost her life due to white supremacy. And I think it's sad, man. 19 other people was injured in this situation. And Phise, man, want to toss the ball to you, man. What you think about? What was your whole take on what you were seeing from the events?
I mean, from the events, of course, you saw the memes or the screenshots and some of the live footage from the news outlets of people that were I don't know what to call it, marching, but angrily walking down the street with the tiki torches and making chants against African Americans, black people, or however you categorize yourself, as well as Jewish people, things of that nature. So it was a show of hate, is what I feel like, that they were expressing. And from my understanding, may not have all the details as far as the young lady that lost her life, is that her and others were on another, like, I don't know if it was on the main area, but on the side street that was supposed to be blocked off from any vehicles coming down, because I guess they previously set this march or rally up. So that street was supposed to be blocked from any vehicles coming down, and then someone that was a part of the rally, the hate rally, took it upon themselves to drive down that street, not to, I'm looking for a place to park, but in thoughts of causing harm. So definitely that's a terrible
Not
act
looking
that
for
occurred.
a place to park. Oh no, he wasn't.
Yeah, definitely that's a terrible act that occurred, and someone lost their life, many were injured. It's like I say, it's pretty terrible, but a rally filled with hate or those who come together for hate, then that will, something like this could very well occur if they or someone else opposes their ideas. Yep. Now, she's not in the wrong for being there to oppose their ideas, to combat that hate.
But according to your president, your president, but President Trump, she's in the wrong for being there, and it was violent on both sides. According to President Trump, we gonna get to him in a minute.
Yeah, according to 45.
Yeah, according to 45, that's crazy.
Like there's according to 45, he found blame on both sides.
Yeah.
What blame is there to find on both sides? I mean, one set a group of people put together a rally in the name of hate or in the purpose of displaying hate. Another group came to combat that, and can there be a peaceful, disagreement? Sure.
Yeah.
Where this car came in and, attempted to mow down and take out others' lives, that's a whole different ball game.
That's a whole other ball game. My bad, famo.
Yeah, that's
my bad, famo. That was family calling. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm with you. I'm right with you, Jeremy. Shout out to my man Mooch checking in. Shout out to everybody checking in. Venetri, I see you. Tell my godson I said, what's happening? What up, Juwan? Yo. Hey, and if y'all got comments on what went on in Charlottesville, man, feel free to chime in, man. Share your comments, views, or whatnot. Everything and anything is welcome right here on Rated R Radio. But man, a couple of things I looked at, Phise. These were ordinary citizens of the U.S., man. These are like doctors, lawyers, teachers, preachers. You know what I'm saying? These not no backwood.
Your local dentist.
Yeah, your local dentist. These are ordinary citizens of the U.S., man, that got together in this group called the Alt-Right, and they came out to protest the removal of a statue, Robert E. Lee, which was a slave owner and, fought for the Confederate flag, something that America stands totally against. So with this happening, they was going around spewing things like Jews will not replace us. What you mad at, man? What you mean replace y'all? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand where the anger come from. It's almost like I want to ask why y'all so mad? What's the problem? But again, they was out there doing all that, and what's funny about all of this, we always knew that there were people out there that felt like this. People would always tell us, y'all tripping, don't stop playing the race card. You tripping, blah blah this and blah blah. Let it go.
Some
let it
umpteen
go.
years ago, things of that nature.
Yeah. And then when the tables kind of turn, or the tide turns, and now they're spewing anti-Semitic, remarks like, Jews won't replace us, and they start forming the form of Hitler. You know, it's like, whoa. It's like, whoa. They start taking on the thoughts of Hitler and things like that. Now it's a problem. Now it's like Eminem said in his song, now it's a tragedy. You know what I'm saying? To see this happening. You know what I'm saying? And he always spoke on that middle America will wake up once they start having things happen to them. And it's happening, you know, and it's like, man, you know, I hate what was going on, but y'all knew what was up when y'all knew what was up when y'all elected Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's like in the same situation of those, you know, like those CEOs that were part of Trump's not cabinet.
Yeah,
but
go ahead, speak on it.
A part of those, you know.
Yeah, like that Steve Bannon dude. He was a part of the alt-right group, which was the group that got together the other day and met up. So,
right.
Yeah, his
but there's other, not even the cabinet, but he put together like some things from different industries, boards or whatever, advisory boards. I'm forgetting the correct term. That he's now disbanded, but some of those people who want to...
It's from the top CEO, the manufacturing White House Council. That's
yeah.
They were. Yeah.
So, you know, 5 or 6 of those, like, I can't be a part of this. I mean, but at the same time, you got to know that this is the person, I mean, that doesn't make them correct because they were already in bed with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, that, you know, the light has gotten too bright. It's like... I got to make a stance and get away from Trump. You know what I'm saying? So that I feel like that was the case in their instances of like, I can't stand for this X, Y, and Z, but these things already took place before you became a part of this little, you know, this board member group. You know what I'm saying? So you know who was backing him prior to him being the, you know, number 45. It's like, then you became a part of the board. Like, oh, okay, you know, I'm gonna check it out for myself. You know. You knew that, you know what I'm saying, Nazis or the, you know, that other group is alt-right or whatever, was a part of backing him to be the president. And then you got with him anyway. But now that the spotlight has gotten too bright, you're like, nah, I can't be a part of that. So it's almost like business as usual. I'm going to rock with you until, you know, as long as we can do some good things together. But when your bad starts to spill on me, I'm going to separate from you. So it's not about... I don't think that's about doing the right thing. Like, oh, this is wrong. I should separate from this particular person. But it's more so about your wrongdoing that I've always known about is now going to shed light on me. I don't need that type of character. I don't need that type of. I don't need that type of press. So let me part ways from
press.
You. Well, this is a good time to part ways from you. So it makes me appear to be a more moral or a better person. So I'll cut out now. You know what I'm saying? This is my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, I mean, it's all...
That's a good point. That's that's why I wrote down the name of who you was trying to mention. Because I said the same thing. Like, everybody was applauding the black dude, the guy from Merck.
Bro, you've been down with him forever.
Yeah, Ken Phise.
You've been down with him, I don't know, how long you been? 5-6 months?
Yeah.
What is this? This is August. This is probably... He got in January, right?
Yeah.
No, is it January? Whatever. 7-8 months. You've been down with him this long. This was just a perfect time to separate, get a little spotlight to be like, oh, yeah, he's really with us. No, he's not with us. He's like, no, I need to part ways from him before this gets any worse. That's first thing. Second thing is like, oh, if I part ways now, it'll be a better light for me for parting ways. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you've been down with the plan. You know what I'm saying? As long as it didn't hurt you and yours, then it's cool. You're like, I'll play ball until they're like, oh, no, wait a minute. You went too far right there. I need you to make the correct statement right here, but you didn't. Now I'm getting a little pressure. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, although you look the part, you can't be considered an ally at that particular point.
Good point. That's why I wrote down the same thing. I wrote down all the names, and when he was one of the first to lead, dude from CEO of Merck. And then they said Campbell Soup pulled out, GE, IBM, Walmart. Everybody now pulling a plug, their endorsement on Trump, man. And Trump, wow, man. You know, I knew when he was first elected and he came out with that slogan, "Make America Great Again," man. That was it right there. And then after that, we went to Washington D.C. and everybody was walking around with they "Make America Great Again" hats on, and they was it was just they was real proud. You know, it was just real proud people out there, and it just, I don't know, I just felt the different energy that went on in America. I felt a different energy, and I was like, you know, something like this was leading up. It was boiling over to lead up to something like this, and here we have it. And what you think about what was your reaction to my man to Trump's reaction to all of this and his statement on both sides are at fault?
I mean, I didn't really have
no opinion.
I didn't really have a reaction. I mean, I didn't expect any more. I didn't expect any less of him. You know what I'm saying? Because knowing like, okay, this is a part of the group got you elected. You know what I'm saying? So all of the group got you elected. They were behind you in support. So it's like I don't expect you to denounce them at this particular point. You could do like normal, you know what I'm saying, presidents or politicians do. Once you get in position, you know what I'm saying, for a president, once you get in position, as long as you don't screw it up, you good for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So once you get in position, you can denounce or do whatever you want to do, regardless of whatever lies or whatever you told the people who got you there. So, but, you know, these people, you know, helped put him in a position. So I didn't expect him to say anything against them.
Exactly.
Am I surprised that he said something against both of them to kind of like even the playing field and say like, my people did something wrong, but what about the other people? They did something wrong too.
It didn't surprise you at all.
It didn't surprise me because, I mean, yeah. You know, to keep it short, it didn't surprise me. Was I expecting it? You know, I'm watching the news like everybody else. I had no expectations for him, you know. So yeah, it didn't really surprise me in that particular manner that, you know, he tried to condemn both sides. Now whether we all know, you know, how things started or, you know, who did what, you know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's neither here nor there. I won't get into the facts of who started what and, you know, who began this particular, you know, argument and how it turned into a violent, also an issue where someone lost their lives. You know, I don't know all the details. You only know what was covered.
Yep.
So, but the point being is that the whole thing was started because, you know, due to a hate party, as I would like to call it.
It was.
And
ain't nothing but a hatred party.
You know what I'm saying? Like in that particular, one person could have just been, you know, happened to be on the wrong path that night and run into this hate party, and lost their lives. You know, in this particular case, there were several people that were there opposing the hate party, and so there was someone to bear witness to what occurred. So, you know, we have another account of what happened. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, yo, shout out to everybody tuning in. Risha, I see you. What up, Eb?
Yo,
what up, Raven? What's happening, y'all? Welcome to When the Music Stops. Bring more viewers in, man. Make sure y'all share this video. Let them know we talking about the events that's going on, that went on, and Trump's reaction to it. And my man Phise was just making some points saying he wasn't shocked. He wasn't shocked or fazed by what Trump was saying. You know, when Trump was up there giving his speech, or his little rhetoric or whatever he was giving, talking about both sides and did this and both sides. It took me back to when I was younger, and I grew up. It was 4 of us. It was me and my two little sisters and little brother. And so whenever we would get into it, we always run on our mama, Ma, he hit me, blah 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 blah.
Who get that first?
Yeah, like so I'll really be in the right, because it'd be like maybe my little brother that's been on something or whatever, and he would have done something to be in the wrong. But she always look at me like, all right, but you the oldest, but he was wrong. He was the one that was in the wrong, and but she still find some way, or my sister, but it would still find some way to turn it on me.
You supposed to know better.
Yeah, you supposed to know better. So it was almost kind of like, it was when he was doing that speech, it was like he was telling the neo-Nazis and the alt-righters and the KKKs that was out there. He was like, you know, yeah, they was wrong, but y'all know how they are. Y'all should have been better than that and stayed away from that group. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have left them alone. They were out there just protesting this Robert E. Lee statue. They was out there just protesting their right to be for freedom of speech. Y'all should have left them alone. That's how I felt he was talking to them. It was very insensitive. He didn't care about. That was very insensitive, especially to that woman who died. You know what I'm saying? Again, right. They were out there. You know, my personal take on it, bro, I wouldn't have went out there. I'm not giving no air, I'm not giving no breath, no attention to none of that mess. Because me out there yelling in their face, trying to convince them that I'm this and I'm that, it ain't even worth it. Because at the end of the day, they going to still hate me. They going to still call me a nigga. They going to still think whatever they want to think. So me out there protesting against what they want to do, man, that I'm not worried about that. I'll fight them in other ways. Like I said, by building and creating a structure or whatever in my own area to where me and my people can eat and we can do our thing. That's how I combat against that. You know what I'm saying? I don't all the marching and the protesting and going out there and letting them know, Black power. I mean, you do gotta let them know Black power, but let them know Black power quietly. Move your power, exhibit your power and move quietly and do your thing. Like they said, the revolution, it shouldn't be televised. You know what I'm saying? It won't be and it shouldn't be televised. Keep it on the low. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving and doing your thing. Rest in peace to the woman that got killed and all other 19 that got injured or whatnot, man. But y'all shouldn't even been out there going against them folks. That's my opinion. Just let them do that. Let them protest and march and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? They have a right to that. They got a right. And let them show America how a section of America really is. You know what I'm saying? Let them go and do that. I wouldn't pay no mind. You know what I'm saying? They ain't stopping my cash flow. They just got the support of the president, which now got everybody pissed off and all up in an uproar.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying as far as like, hey, I wouldn't go out there, but at the same time, it's their right to go out there as well. It's their right to go out there if they want to engage in a conversation or a screaming match, whatever the case is.
Talking about the protesters against them?
Against them.
Okay.
Against them. So,
it is.
They want to go out there with the tiki torches and whatever. I mean, it's the opposing group's right to go out there and say, hey, X, Y, and Z is
we
wrong.
ain't with this.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't right or whatever. So it's their right to go out there and voice their opinion as well. I mean, who knows? Maybe you might catch a few stragglers that just got like pulled into the group, like because they was cool with somebody who was die hard for the alt-right or Nazis or whatever. And then, that group might see like, you know what, there's people opposing this. You know what? I'm not really full-hearted with this. You know what? Maybe I should back off of this. You know what I'm saying? So you may change a mind or two by going out there. So it's their right to go out there and oppose that as well. I mean, because at the same time, if there's no opposition to all the rallies and the burnings, the tiki torch marches, things like that, then that takes place in their own neighborhood. And then before you know it, it's like, yeah, we've been doing this in our own neighborhood for 2 years. It's cool. We're going to take them 2 blocks over. And then 2 more blocks over. So then it's like, oh, snap. It's in my neighborhood. Now you looking to burn down my own joint because I didn't give you, maybe it's not the right thing, but because I didn't stop you in your own neighborhood.
There was no resistance.
There was no resistance.
Yeah.
So there's no resistance, from when you started this. So you feel like, oh, I can do this whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like anything as a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see where you coming from. Yeah.
When you in your room, you know what I'm saying? Your moms or dads might be like, so-and-so in their room, they doing whatever. They kind of loud, but, I'm going to overlook it. They in their room, I ain't going to trip. Yeah. And then you ain't getting enough attention. So then you bring that party out to the living room. Moms, pops trying to watch TV. They got company, whatever the case is. They got to shut that down. Like, hey, fam, you done brought it to my space. I got to shut that down and push you back into your bedroom. But if I caught you right at the door of your bedroom, hey fam, you can do this in your own neighborhood, but don't bring this over here. Then it's a different story. It's like, all right, you've met opposition.
Good point.
So it's like, no, we ain't gonna have that. So it's their right to do that. You know what I'm saying? If they want to say that they hate whoever, it's the other group's right to say, hey, no. You can do that hating. You can do that hating at your house. You know what I'm saying? You don't come all around and about and spewing that hate and that violence. You know what I'm saying? And of course, in those particular situations, things are going to occur. You know what I'm saying? People are going to disagree. Eventually, somebody's going to run out of words to disagree with. So it's going to become to a physical altercation. I mean, history has proven that, and that's just pretty much how it's going to be. I mean, I'm not expecting that once 2 people have a disagreement, it comes to a physical altercation. No. I'm not expecting that someone from one side to say I hate you, the other person from the other side to say I love you, and the person that hates them automatically be like, you know what, you love me, I'm gonna stop hating you.
All right, can I stop you right there?
Go ahead. All right, that's not what I'm expecting though.
No, you're not expecting that.
I'm not expecting to meet hate with love and then hate automatically turns into love.
Oh man,
you have to have several cheeks turn prior to that hate turn into love.
That's funny you say that, my brother, because that's what LeBron James. I'm not sure if y'all saw LeBron James speak out about the incident, but LeBron James spoke out about the situation, and he called to action that we all need to come together and kill this whole situation with love. He said love pretty much conquers all. We need to love each other, and we need to look inside of ourselves to see what we can do to change the world.
So he said love pretty much
Yeah.
conquers all.
So I say that to just to play devil's advocate to what you said, coming from LeBron. He's saying that love will kill this situation. Love will, and
love will conquer all.
Mm-hmm.
I look out there into FB world.
What's going on?
YouTube
Facebook?
world and
What up, Moms? What up,
RatedRradio.net world.
Listeners, what's happening?
And to say, how many men, or on the opposite side, how many women have loved a person
through
and it has never been conquered? You might have loved them from afar, and they just never started rocking with you, and your heart hurt. Or you might have loved them right up close, and they might have never treated you like they loved you, and your heart still hurting. How many of y'all have done that? You know what I'm saying? And with that being a real life scenario, you know what I'm saying? You can't love a person. I don't think you can love a person into loving you. You can love a person into settling for you in that particular instance that like, oh, okay, so-and-so love my dirty draws. I need to just stop doing what I'm doing and just kick it with him or her. You know what I'm saying? That's loving into settling, but I don't know if that's love into like, oh, so, you know what? I love you now. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's possible. I'm not going to say it's not possible, but it ain't going to be overnight. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a few cheeks to turn. You're going to have to be able to look the left and right on a couple of things before you be like, you know what I'm saying? And then when the person you've been loving so long, that's been hating you for so long, and as they, kind of like make their way to that love line, eventually you're going to be like, man, I'm off of that.
Yeah.
You're going to start retreating. So what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? I think, do we want, let me ask you this. Someone who hates you,
right,
generally hates you, do you want them to love you, or do you just want them like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Don't get in my way of what I'm doing. Don't, you know what I'm saying, block any of my opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You can hate me from over there. As long as you don't do anything to harm me, my family, you know what I'm saying, my opportunities for growth, whether it's, growth in your family, growth in your finances, growth in your health, your mental space, whatever the case is. What's more important? You know what I'm saying? What's more important to you? Do you think that's possible? That somebody can just like, all right, I love you now?
No. Like you just said about turning them cheeks. I thought about the Martin Luther King days. Back in the the civil rights era, he was all about turning the cheek. Martin Luther King was all about loving your neighbor, and accepting everyone in. And I think Martin Luther King could only turn so many cheeks, like you just said, to where it's like, I'm loving these people, I'm loving them, but they still throwing rocks at me. I'm loving them, but they still locking me up. I'm loving them, but they still trying to stab me. I'm loving them, but they eventually killed me in the end. Because I love them so much. You look at Malcolm X, someone who stood up and, loved the people, and he loved just fighting for people. It was like he tried to be peaceful in his end days and tried to love his way, love my brother, and that didn't work for him either, unfortunately. So in this day and age, what we saw in Charlottesville, Virginia, love can't cure that, man. It was a bunch of hate down there, bro. That was a bunch of hate gathered with them tiki torches and whatever they was chanting. Love can't cure that. And so to answer your question, I just want respect. That's saying, like you said, let me do me, you do you. Why are you so mad at me? We were the ones captured, kidnapped, raped, beaten, killed, tortured for years and years on end. We the ones that should be mad. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that need to be rallying up. But no, we are cooperating. You know what I'm saying? We are cooperating with the system and going along with the get along and, doing what it is to take to stay alive. And so, shout out to the people that do go out there and fight and try to stand up for equal rights and things like that. But for the most part, I just want respect, man. I'll leave y'all alone. Y'all leave me alone. I rock out with the white people who do respect and love other cultures, you know what I'm saying, blacks and Hispanics and others, and they rock with me, and that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the white people who are standing up against this alt-right group and the neo-Nazis, because not all white people are racist, but they got to understand that right now we don't know who's who. When like I said, when you looked in that rally, man, you just saw a bunch of white faces, man. You don't know them was doctors, lawyers, dang on teachers, preachers. You just saw a bunch of white people, and wasn't a bunch of Hispanics and whites and blacks. No, it was one group. And that scared the hell out of a lot of us in America. And I mean, black people knew that. We knew that was going on, but it scared America. So in the end, we just want respect. And Donald Trump, it ain't surprising. Like I said, he came in. He got alt-right members like Steve Bannon in his cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Who's advising him not to speak against the people who was out there rallying. He telling them, hey, don't get on their bad side. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to, I think he got some tweets from David Duke. The president got some tweets from David Duke that told him to look in the mirror. Remember who elected you. And he was like, today we have won. So, he's getting backed up by the leader of the KKK or the ex-leader of the KKK, whatever. He's getting backed up by just these negative groups that we don't rock with. So, like I said, I don't expect much. I didn't expect him to condemn. I want to say one more thing, Phise. One more thing. I want to get off this, but I want to say one last thing. That's why I be so upset when people be like, Barack Obama, he couldn't say much. He's president. Man, who was freaking calling me? Podcast, G. Hold on, cuz. Hold on, let me hit you right back, G.
In a minute.
Yeah, man, I'm going to hit you back, man. Check me out, man. I'm online, man. RadioRadio.net. Man, things that go on when you go live. But look, I hate when people be like, man, Barack Obama, he was president of America. He couldn't just look out for black people and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, Trump looking out for his people. You know what I'm saying? Like, why couldn't he pass a law or do something for us? Why not, man? Why not? Right. I mean, I understand that argument, but man, Trump is doing his thing.
I mean, if anything, if 45 hasn't done anything but opened your eyes to, like, the president may not have the power to be like, to do a lot of things like, hey, this is it. Boom. It's going through. But the president has to have the power to shake and move.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know what I'm saying? Once you make it there, you know what I'm saying? You do have the power to make some decisions. You can get some things to occur. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like you said, you know what I'm saying? You thinking like, some people was like, oh, he don't really have no power.
Yeah, he ain't got no power. Yeah, well, you hear all that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, like, clearly that wasn't the case because, I mean, I don't know what all, 45 has got through that he wanted to get through.
Yeah. And
what was all, knocked down. Of course, the Obamacare is still in place to my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I know he's like trying to get that, broken up and, changed or whatever. But, I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying? On surface, I haven't delved deep into it. He was signing things away. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Things was being shaken up. Now, whether those things are permanent or temporary, but things were occurring.
He was doing something while he was in office.
It was almost as if, like, you know what I'm saying, Obeezy wasn't, like, for me, I was looking for that thing to be like, this is for the black people.
That one defining thing.
Not this is for everybody, and then also black people will you know what I'm saying, find this as a resource as well. I was looking for like, no, this is strictly for my niggas.
This is strictly for my niggas.
That's what I was looking for. Like,
we was looking for that strictly for my niggas package, and we didn't get
it. We didn't quite get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out my man Beezy tuning in all the way from Texas. I think he out there in Dallas or Houston, one of them parts, man. Shout out to you, my little brother. I'm gonna get that Steelers shirt made for you too, my man. I got you, bro. I'm working on that. But yeah, man. He didn't have that strictly for my niggas package that we was all looking for. And it's like, man, it's like we're not saying that 45 is giving this alt-right community anything, but it's like by not saying nothing and by condoning kind of what they did, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was times in the past, well, you know what I'm saying, things was gonna occur, and I think
Barack came out.
Like he would come out and be like, no, this isn't right.
Yeah, he made it stern.
Wouldn't come out, you know what I'm saying? Like that one, I can't think of the exact issue, and it's probably bad to bring it up, but I know he like, it was a situation where it was like, he called like the people in it thugs and
Oh yeah.
and it was, I can't remember exactly what that was, but
It was with one of them killings. I don't know, it was in Baltimore. It was with like the Freddie Gray or one of them killers with the police, and he called them. Yeah, he was saying something like calling them thugs and hoodlums out there in the streets.
So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, when you're the president, you got 4 years as long as you don't do nothing. I assume. My knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I'm trying to get a little bit more into politics, you know what I'm saying? Getting a little bit more understanding of those things. But to my knowledge, I assume if you don't do anything illegal or, to get you impeached, then you pretty much seems like surface level that you good for 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, it's kind of like senior year. Once you know, like that last 30 days, you pass all your classes.
Yeah.
You kind of just drop your nuts and you can do whatever you want to do. Like, hey, no, I'm not going to be here this week. I'm going to be hit and miss in some of these classes. Right. I'm going to do what I want to do. My grade is already solidified. And that's just what it is. But we didn't get that in some instances. You know what I'm saying? But
we thought he was going to wild out, but nah, he didn't.
But anyway, neither here nor there. But I guess it is here. But, yeah.
Shout out Auntie Marguerite tuning in all the way from New York. They all over tonight, man. We got Texas in the house, New York in the house, Indianapolis, Gary, Indiana. Shout out to y'all, 219 representing everywhere. Y'all all around the world, man. Spread the word, man. Rated R Radio. We going live right now, man. RatedRradio.net online if you want to check us out, man. And we will be rebroadcasting this audio on the website as well, so make sure y'all tune in and shout out to our listeners.
You can catch mixes and things of that nature from DJ Rated R.
Going all day long, man, 24 hours a day. So you get tired of Pandora playing the same thing. They keep playing the same artists over and over. You like, man, I need some mix up. Go to RatedRradio.net. Got it all and hit the play button. When you go there, it's not gonna pop on automatically. You got to hit that play button. Bam, you can do your thing. Shout out Mike Fudge. I see you tuning in. What's going on, my brother? Eric Brown, E. Brown. From what's good, my brother?
So when your free subscription of those other platforms have
run out, when Spotify run out,
RatedRradio.net,
and I'm free. Hey, you come in free 99. Just tell the people to come and tune in, man. RatedRradio.net. We're gonna be putting a podcast on here, man. It's gonna be some other podcasts that's going on to spread some good word. Going on. So, hey, man, we combating all of this white supremacy by having our own media. We sitting up here, we ain't got to filter out nothing we saying. He calling them 45. You know, so I could say F Trump if I want, and can't nobody stop and do nothing. Facebook could probably shut it down, but I still got my own ways of streaming and doing my own thing.
Yeah,
radio.net, man. Y'all can check it out.
Still get you the podcast.
And can't nobody touch that. So that's what it's about, man. Own to be owned. Y'all do your own thing. You ain't got to worry about nothing. And so, yeah, man, like I said, LeBron was dope for speaking out, though. He talked about love will kill all of this. I thought it was kind of cool that he spoke out against it. But I wonder why it always got to be just LeBron. I understand he is the face of the NBA, but, like, it's always just LeBron when it comes to, like, speaking out against, like, when the hoodie incident, it was him, and he kind of led the team with the hoodie. He wore the Can't Breathe shirts. Well, a lot of people in the NBA wore that, but do you think, like, he has to take the reins and do all this, or do you just think he's just, just doing it just because, or
it might just be him that's doing it, and then, he might be hollering at his peoples like, hey, I'm feeling like X, Y, and Z. I think we should take this particular type of stance, and, maybe they're like, oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. I've been feeling that type of way. I didn't know what exactly to do, but this is your idea. I'll rock with you. Maybe that's the case.
Yeah, man. Shout out Brando B.O. That's my homeboy from the crib. Hey, shout out to my white people tuning in as well, man. Again, man, this is not a racial podcast, man. We welcome in all races, all ethnicities, and all that good stuff, man. We just, again, want to respect each other's privacy, each other's wishes, and, fight against the hatred. Other than that, man, I welcome all my people on in, man, because it's not a racial divide, man. It is a white supremacy / regular normal people divide, man, and we all a part of the normal people, regular crowd. And let's keep that going. But right now, man, we topping it up about LeBron speaking out. I think it's cool. But my question I wanted to ask you, though, do you think that, I don't know, from what I've been hearing, man, from NFL players and from athletes and things like that, I think it's almost about best that they don't tune in and chime in on certain things. And the reason why it's just been it's just been like, I think we got to be on code with certain stuff. We cannot be on TV, one person saying this, one person saying that. We kind of all got to get on code when it comes to, like, for instance, for Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
It's like you hearing 12. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion on him and what he's doing, but I'm hearing more negative stuff from the African American community versus positive stuff. I'm hearing more he need to lead that out of the NFL. NFL is a place for sports, not politics. You know, things like that. But it's like when politics is within the NFL and it's certain politics that go on for them to make certain money, and they're making money for this and this and that, and they may want to stand or sit down for a certain cause or whatnot. I don't feel there's nothing wrong with that. But I just think that there has been a lot of a backlash and outlash against Colin for what he's doing, and other NFL players. They tell him they don't need to bring this to the NFL. And what do you think about, like, LaDainian Tomlinson even speaking out about being proud of his slave name? Just the ignorant comments, man, that's being made by these athletes. Do you think they need to sit down, or should we hear from more of them? You know what I'm saying? What you think?
I mean, of course, I think they need to sit down, but like that one, when I saw that, I was just like why? I mean, why he spoke with such pride about, like,
and
when
what was it you saw?
170 years ago, I think he said, somebody was brought over in chains and was enslaved and was given that last name of Tomlinson.
Yeah.
And da-da-da-da-da. And throughout the years, you know, people call me LT, but now they call me, you know, LaDainian Tomlinson. And, you know, he was proud of it. You know what I'm saying? I was just baffled by it. I'm just like, of course, you know, we know that, you know what I'm saying, most, if not all, African Americans that were, you know, that are here now, that didn't, you know, migrate from some other, you know, country, you know, got here through slavery, probably for the most part. Mm-hmm. And your name came from, you know, your family name came from your slave owner.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, to some point, you got some pride. If you detached yourself from, you know, that particular slave owner from umpteen years ago, you got some pride in it. Like, this is my name. So you may have some pride in it, whatever. But to, like, oh, I have pride in my name, and I attach it back to the slave owner that gave it to my family.
To attach it back was
what the fuck? Like, I don't get how that pride really connects. It's like, okay, you and your league and your family made the name what it is, or you yourself made the name what it is, but to give praise or thanks to the person who incarcerated or enslaved, you know, your ancestor, and gave the name or burdened your ancestor with the name, you know, to mark them as, hey, this is so and so's property.
Yeah,
this is
bro.
Their last name.
It didn't make sense.
You proud of that
all.
too? It's like, that don't really make sense to me. So I don't know. I figured like he might have been dancing for you know what I'm saying? I know he does like a little
puppet strings dancing.
He do a I feel like he
does
Dancing
for the Stars. He was on that
not
that show.
Not Dancing for the Stars, but I feel like he does is he like a reporter or you know of some sort? I don't think. I really feel like he felt that way. That was his honest opinion, and he felt so heartfelt about that. Like that was his honest opinion. Now he just may be lost. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so you got to know that that's among you. You know what I'm saying? As well as others that, you know, truly believe, like, I need to say X, Y, and Z. Like, they smart enough, but they know, like, I need to say X, Y, and Z so I could be a little closer to, you know, whether it's fame or whether it's fortune or whatever the case is. Like, I don't want to, like, I need to straddle the line or I need to fully cross the line to this side so I'm not over here with, you know, those who have slave or descendants of slaves. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like they are apart from it. Like, oh, you shouldn't protest in the NFL. You should never sit down. It is a piece of fabric. Mm-hmm. Like, what is the? I mean, I don't understand it. Like, what are you so enamored about?
Yeah, what's the uproar about, man?
That it's like.
Yeah.
You know, oh, someone didn't stand for it. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. You
should stand for this. I'm willing to fight because you didn't stand. Like, you ain't stand, okay. If I'm standing and you ain't standing, that's your thing. Going back to what we talked about earlier, it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If you stay away from me, You know, you get it from around me. You don't block what I got going on. You can hate me from afar.
Yep.
I'm fine with
Yep.
it. Do what you do, but don't mess up what I got going on or things that I'm trying to work on for my future. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get with the big why people of the same background are so against Colin and others who have began to kneel or sit in support of Colin.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got nothing to do with you. So
it's been more speaking out against than for, from Vic to the Jason Whitlock them to Stephen A. Smith to
what's Ray?
Oh my God, Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Oh my man. And it's almost like they keep going to the same athletes to get the same dumb responses to racial stuff. Stop asking these athletes about, like, if Colin, like, and shout out to my brother Moses in the house. What's going on, Killer Mo? He said he should get Donkey today. I say LaDainian, however you say his name, Tomlinson should get Donkey of the Year for that comment, man. For black people of the century for that comment. But yeah, man, it's like with this situation, everybody telling my man he shouldn't have came out and said nothing. Everybody going against Colin. It's like they're getting more reports about going against him versus going for him. And they was like, he been kneeling. The cameras just started throwing all this attention on him. Like, instead of focusing on people who are standing, let him kneel. The revolution should not and will not be televised. Stop putting it on TV.
I mean,
they stirred that up.
Is like, so the people, I feel like the people who took a knee or did not stand,
and it was more than him that took it. Go ahead.
did not stand or took a knee. They did it because this is their platform. They are trying to, convey a message.
Right.
If you're standing for it, like, what message what's your problem because this other person doesn't believe in your same message?
Exactly.
I mean, because any other time, the conversation is, we need to promote diversity.
Freedom of speech.
that definition that we once knew it as is being changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer diversity as man, woman, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Now it's just diversity of Rated R wears glasses tonight. I don't wear glasses. That's diverse.
Yep.
It's not really. It's really not. But that's what diversity is being slowly changed over to. That's more like a new code word. We're diverse. We have some left-handed people. We have some right-handed people. Some people that wear their hair short. People wear it long. Some people that know 2 languages. Some people that know 3.
Yeah, it started to put everything under that category. Everything is diverse.
Some people that wear sneakers. Some other people that wear gym shoes. What's the difference?
Overall, I'm tired of athletes speaking out. Ray Lewis and them, they all need to sit down. Shout out to my man Colin, that's doing this thing. I'm gonna be the blacks who won't get the black. No, man, it ain't. That's what I'm saying. We got to get
shout out to Mike Fudge.
Shout out to Mike Fudge.
But they will be the ones be like, like if there is, you know what I'm saying, at that particular point when there is a change, and they will be the ones that be like, hold on, fam. Let me get some of those rewards.
Yeah.
Like, but you wasn't really on the side to promote rewards.
Hey, what you wasn't with me shooting in the gym?
Not at all.
You weren't with me shooting in the gym, fam. No. That's why we need to get on code, man. You don't need to be on TV. Man, hey, really, man, we don't need to be on TV. We don't need to be on the internet saying, like, bad, like, negative stuff about our people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, again, it brings us back to we get upset with the Jews and the neo-Nazis and stuff like this. Kanye made a reference line in one of his songs. He said, I hate these niggas more than the Nazis. And that was just funny that he said that because it's like, wow, we hated by our own people and the Nazis. They both look at us as niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to stop spewing hateful comments, not to change the whole subject, but just hate on each other on the internet, hating on each other, what we do on TV, just all that negative, that backlash that's going on with Colin. It's like it's spewed through everything, man. From the videos that we record of each other getting beat up versus trying to stop the fight. You know, we just in the era where just negativity, it thrives like a disease in the air. Racism is like a disease that lays dormant until something crazier happens, like in Charlottesville, and then it just erupts and takes over. You know, so.
But I mean, I think the issue is that to disagree with Colin in your own home is one thing.
It's one right.
But there's a reward for them to disagree
to get on TV and disagree
with Colin on TV.
That'd be the problem.
So therefore, they're like, hey, I'm not agreeing with them, or I'm not understanding them, but I see that is what the plan is. It's like, oh, there's a reward for me to get out here and disagree with Colin versus me. If I disagree with Colin at home, it's just me and my family talking about it, But if they disagree with Colin on TV,
I get some TV time.
I get
thrown. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone from some network or whatever may give them some opportunity because they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you cool. We rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's a fine line that you got to watch to know that
that's true.
Not everyone is an enemy, but there are enemies among you that look like you, and not everyone that doesn't look like you is an enemy, but there are enemies among them, that look like those who are an ally. So those are things that what I'm saying, you have to have that spidey sense or whatever to know. Or, what I'm saying, walk a fine line until someone reveals themselves.
Yep, they say when they show you who they are, believe them, take them forward. So, man, any final thoughts, man? I don't want to keep pounding this, although we went about a good hour almost in. But I mean, dog, but this it was serious though. Not to say we race baiting or anything like that, man. But this was a serious subject. It was a wake up call for a lot of Americans. Like I said, we been knew what they was on. We been knew what Trump was on. A lot of people all shocked. They appalled at this. People in his cabinet leaving. Like you said, y'all got in bed with this dude, and now you want to jump out. So you already, bro.
Got that hotline, sir.
Yo, we about to be wrapping this up in just a moment, man. But yo, shout out.
Hey man, Radar Hotline is blowing up.
It's blowing up, man. The hotline.
Let's finish the podcast.
Yes.
You supposed to be watching the podcast.
I know, man. Hey, matter of fact, if you got a question, bro, throw your question on the podcast, man. I can answer it. But yo, how many of y'all seen that Young Power leak though? I didn't. I don't want to know what happened, so don't even throw in the spoilers, nothing like that. But yo, man, Power be getting serious, man. You know what I realized? By them sending Ghost to jail, I grew a way more interest in like Tommy and all Dre, Tariq and them. I grew a way more interest in the other storylines. So it's like when Ghost got out, it's like it's cool seeing you. Where Tommy at? You know what I'm saying? It's cool seeing you, but man, where Dre at? I know Dre scheming to do something else, to do this, to do that. So
that's a great point. I never thought about it like that. Ghost going away, getting out of the picture just slightly, but still in view. It gave you time to focus on the others. It gave you time to see like their character and character flaws. You know what I'm saying? So it gave you time to that magnifying glass to some of the other characters. You know what I'm saying? Specifically Tariq.
Specifically,
I hope they go ahead and he seemed like he's trying to get out of Dodge right now. But I was hoping that they go ahead and murked him off. But clearly he was smart enough to get out the room.
Yeah.
After that lady got murked, he like, oh snap, I'm next. Clearly he was smart enough for that, but he wasn't smart enough to see that this isn't the life he should be.
Come on, bro.
Like he stood nothing to gain from hitting those licks. Like you already was living good. You robbing from the people that live like you. Live like this. So what do you have to gain?
Just to be down, man. Like, come on, bro. Just to be down. Just to be down. Just to be down. Sad. But what's dope about it, it showed the reality in life. Cause I was watching an Instagram feed on your boy Kodak Black, and he was talking about like he loved the life he lived, but he missed hitting licks. You know what I'm saying? He said he missed.
I saw that.
I was cracking up about that. I was like, wow. Now
that adrenaline.
That adrenaline, yeah. So I equate that to maybe that's what Tariq was probably feeling. He got that adrenaline rush from 50. 50 introduced him to a new life. So it's like, although no, he don't have to live like that. He got a rush. He like, man, I'm living like my daddy used to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm hanging out with one of my pop's old friends. I'm accepted. They hood. I want to be hood and down with them. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a tough guy. So, yeah, Tariq's storyline definitely got interesting. So, I wonder where it's going to lead to now that he want to get up out of Dodge.
Yeah, man. I wanted to get popped off low.
Yeah.
In front.
I thought it was going to happen.
Get him out of there. He ungrateful.
Hey, your boy Angela, your girl Angela. I said your boy. Shout out to Angela. Is my feed gone?
I don't know what happened, G.
Video is ended.
They said you've been going on for too long.
I know. They said you talking about white supremacy.
Cut your ass off of here.